Hi guys. I am popping in here because I'm going to do some crocheting and I'm working on some pattern tests. So I have a pattern test right now for Hermes the Turtle, which is a pattern that we'll be releasing by, I want to say it's pronounced Doux Coton. It's DOUXCOTON. And when I'm finished with that one, because I anticipated it's going to go quickly, I'll be starting a pattern test by Knotty Pod, KNOTTYPOD. So we're going to get going. I'm going to share this with some people and hope I can get some people to chat. Hello, whoever is watching for a moment. And let's see. So I have my yarn and stuff clearly all around me. That's not the bag I wanted. You can see I'm in a different area at the moment. I'm in my bedroom, which is also my crochet room. I'm going to put my recent goodies here on the shelf. Just because I think they're cute. And I did this cute little possum today. So if you're not a fan of Crochet by Jenna, this will be a pattern coming out. She also has, something else in the works. Keep watch. This is the cute little possum. Just a little snuggler. And then all of these little kitties, they're like mini loaf cats. They have buttholes. It's great. So we're going to leave those there so that way you can see them. All right, let's go ahead and share this into the Discord chat. Let's go into Refined Vibes. I don't know. Do we go into the Discord channel? Yes. All right. Hey guys. I'm live on YouTube if anyone's interested in chatting. Paste. Huh, that's a great picture. Okay, well, whichever. Hey, thanks for liking. I don't know who you are, but thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So let's go ahead and unpack our stuff. So this turtle, I've decided that I'm going to make it in this, it's a light green. It's a very light green color. And I think that it's very pretty. And I want to use it. There's my hook. Oh, that makes sense. I had my yarn on my hook and in my bag, and the yarn fell off the hook. So now it's just kind of hanging out. I'm trying to get my needle. I don't want to go for it later. There. I'm prepared. I got all the things. Okay. So I am using, it is Retro Velvet, Premier Retro Velvet. It's a 4-weight. Okay, it probably says that it's a 5-weight, but it's a 4-weight. So we're going to it's a 4-weight. I use a 5mm hook. I am a tight crocheter. I can't crochet without some lotion on my hands. I don't know about you guys. Yeah. I think that's pretty much golden. I'd love to chat with anybody, if you got any questions. I don't really have a whole lot going on. It's been a very blah day. My kids are on the verge of being sick. Yay me. Yay them, I guess. But it's Sunday. Oh, okay. If you hear any notifications going on in the background on my computer, I'm sorry. It's random little things. You may also hear, I guess, kind of white noise in the background. I have a fan going, just because it's always going. Yeah. Anyways, so we start with the body of this thing. And a knot in my yarn already. Okay. What did you guys have for dinner tonight? We had pot pies and cottage cheese. That was in the back loop only, and it should not be. I figure if basically we don't have anybody pop in the chat, then I'll stay on for about an hour. It'll probably be a little quiet. It's my understanding that YouTube doesn't like playing music in the background. I don't know if that's a whole thing. Hello, third person who's watching, and second person if you didn't hear me, or if I didn't say anything once you popped in. Right now I'm... Thank you for subscribing, Jules. Yeah, this is my yarn display. You can't even see all of it, but like I have one more of these big cube units over here. Hey, Lisa. So I have one more over here, and then I have a bookshelf that kind of curves the wall, I guess, that direction. Hey, Rebecca. And so I've got a shelf. I had my dresser there, but I switched it out in the hallway. And then my dresser and more yarn on top of that. So I have a lot of yarn. And you can see that these are 3 cubes, but there's a 4th cube on the bottom. So that's fun. If you're just popping in, I'm pattern testing a pattern. I want to say that it's pronounced Doux. So D-O-U-X. Coton. Croton. Thank you for the subscriber, Abby. I appreciate it. Yeah, I believe it's Doux Coton. So D-O-U-X-C-O-T-O-N. It is a turtle. I'll show you. Look at how cute it is. Oh gosh, I'm not good at this. It's not no-sew, I can tell you that. But it'll be a cute little addition. How are you guys tonight? What are you doing? Gotta put my thing back on the right screen. Yeah, Jules, I know it's a lot of yarn. So if you don't know me, or like my crochet story, I've been crocheting since I was 11 years old. So, you know, I'm 30 this year, and it's a long time to collect yarn, realistically. To be completely honest, most of this yarn came around, and probably the stuff that I had then is gone, and I've just gotten more. I do a lot of hats and sweaters and stuff like that. So I have a lot of acrylic yarn. I used to do toys and stuff with the acrylics, but now we have plush yarn. So I've got retro velvet, and I've got burnout velvet, and I've got burnout blanket, Sweet Snuggles light. I do have some regular Sweet Snuggles and some burnout extra. And I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. So I'm that person that I need a large quantity of colors from a category of yarns. That way, because I don't mix yarns. I'm not going to mix like velvet yarn with burnout blanket yarn. Or burnout blanket with Sweet Snuggles light. Even though they're similar size, I'm not mixing them. Abby's watching Young Sheldon. That show's pretty cute, but I haven't gotten into it like consistently. Lisa's doing some market prep before bed. Got the kids to bed easy. I wish I got the kids to bed easy. My 3-year-old, it's been a day. I I made him take a nap. I laid him down at like 3, okay? And he literally sat up here screaming and kicking the walls and everything else for close to an hour. I was frustrated, to say the least. Eventually, I got him to settle down, and he fell asleep for an hour, and he was a whole different kid when he woke up. Which, good for him, because he'd have been in for a rude awakening. And then my 6-year-old, he's supposed to be in bed at 8, but because the toddler didn't go to bed till later, I couldn't put him to bed until 9. And then he wanted to give me crap on going to bed too. All the excuses. You know, now I want to eat. Oh, Mom, but now I'm cold. Oh, Mom, but now I'm thirsty. Go to bed. It's fun. Rebecca's crocheting Grogu. That's, you know, the character that, well, we won't say you're not selling them, right? Right? So that's like Baby Yoda, isn't it? I don't want to get flagged. I don't know if YouTube does that thing. Burnett Blankets, your favorite yarn, Jules? You know, my favorite yarn right now is definitely the Premier Retro Velvet. I like the thinner yarns because you can get more detail with them. But I like how Burnett Blankets changed their formula. I used to not be able to touch it. Like it used to make me nauseous just to think about the touch, like the texture of it. It is Baby Yoda. Thank you. I'm definitely not caught up on my Star Wars. I don't know if Sam will hop in the chat at any point, but I know we were talking about Sims. You know, if anybody plays Sims 4, Sims of any kind, really, I'm a big fan. And I have most of the expansion packs, but I won't buy the Star Wars one. Or Strangerville. Or, I don't know, there's some jungle one. Jungle Adventure or something. They're just not my scene. Not my scene. Did you guys see my kitties? Aren't they cute? And my possum. I guess my camera is not like super. Baby Walmart computer would not handle any more Sims expansions. So I'm like on we'll say a baby version or a starter version of a gaming laptop. Lisa, I haven't played the Medieval Sims either. I want to. I could probably find it. I think somebody said that it was free on like, what? Not Stream. Is it Stream? I don't know, the S thing. Hi, Tori. Thanks for popping in. You made a possum. I love the possums. I made 5 mini possums last year, and I think I still have 2 of them left. I put them in a store. Maybe I need to trade back and put them back on my shelf now that I'm like in a market. But I made this cute little, he's a little snuggler. It's a pattern test. If you're familiar with Crochet by Jenna, you know, be on the lookout. Isn't it so cute? I know my lighting's not super great in here. I gave him little cheeks and I indented his eyes. I fixed his ears, but they still aren't like super straight. Tension and all that. But it's a little snuggler, like it's flat in the body. I know, Tori, isn't it so dang cute? The pattern's not out yet. We were supposed to be done testing by today. But when I sent my email with all my pictures and stuff, she had thanked me for testing it so fast. So I'm not sure if like her other testers are struggling behind. I imagine probably not. But I know that I think that she sent an email to like 50 or 60 different people to do the pattern. So we're definitely going to start seeing a lot of these. And she does hers in the Sweet Snuggles and the Sweet Snuggles Light. So they're way big. I know. I love Crochet by Jenna. I like following her videos for sure. Oh my gosh, Lisa, I'm working on the April Crochet Challenge too, and I've only done like 4 days. I need to fix it. I need to go back. I need to make sure Well, I don't know. I have it on my phone. Let's see. Let's see if I've done any other days. Come on, phone. Do the thing. Tori, you want to have 2 of the snugglers in your inventory before. Does that say Pensa Pride? Where would Pensa be? I can never remember where everybody lives. Where do you live? I know I'll be doing a Pride Festival coming up in Ohio. Okay, Pensacola, Florida. That makes sense. My brain was like, what? It's too close to Pennsylvania, but that's not spelled right. Yeah, that would be really cool. Now, okay, I'm not super familiar. Is there a reason why possums would fit in with Pride? Like, I'm somebody who loves everybody, but I'm definitely not educated. I'd love more information. Even if you want to send it to me like private message, that's fine too. Anyways, let's see. We were checking to see. Oh, yes, that's great too. Like, I've been working on a lot of new patterns this year, Lisa. I'm glad that you are too. Part of my content for social media lately has been I'm challenging myself to work on 100 new patterns this year. Not all patterns by me, that would be crazy. But like just picking, I'm sorry that I'm like twisting my chair. I need to stop doing that. I really need to, I just want to challenge myself to work on a bunch of different other people's patterns and just put their stuff out there. And I think it'd be super cool. All right, where is this challenge? Pretty far down in my screenshots. Okay, so for day 2, I did bees. I did a whole bunch of the bauble bees. Day 3, I did an army of leggy froggies in the variegated like green yarn. Day 4, I did a mouse. I don't ask people what to make, but I could count. I made that ooh, funky frog. I want to see a funky frog. Lisa, send it to me. I want to see. Anyways, so I could kind of count Lottie and somebody saying, wow, great job. I don't know what for. Oh well, thanks. Yeah, Lottie made a sun or a sea turtle lately or early. Bleh, I can't speak. With like embroidered flowers on it, and it's super, super cute, and it really inspired me to make one myself so I could count that. I don't ever take a rest day, so those don't count. I haven't made a bird. I've used lots of new to me patterns. Farm animal. I don't think I've done any farm animals lately. Something sea themed. The turtle could also be sea themed. I haven't done any vegetables. Oh, the floral. That takes the sea turtle. You did find a funky frog. So that really cute frog that Katie Didge just did. It's super adorable, but I'm glad that I waited on buying the pattern because somebody just put out like a mini version of it. And I applied to pattern test, but I don't think I got chose for it. So I'm waiting for that pattern to come out because I want the small one. I haven't done an egg. I have done some bigger bees for something yellow. Oh, I did cats for my favorite pet. Look at that. So fun fact, my name is Cat. I really love cats. I dislike the water completely, and I really love to play with yarn. So call me a feline. Okay, Just reading. All right, I'll check the Discord for that. Tori, I totally understand. That's awesome. Yeah, we don't have anything like that here. I mean, our area, so we have 2 Pride events in the same city. One is for that specific town, and then one is like for the county. But they're not big, neither of them, and there aren't really too many Pride things that happen elsewhere. I know that there's one about an hour north of us that's probably a lot bigger, but it can get unfriendly. And then I'll be setting up at the one over in Ashtabula, Ohio here coming up. Sorry, I've got like the hiccups or something. And so like I've never done that one before, so I'm not really sure what the crowd is. I'm hoping that it's going to be a nice day. It sounds like a lot of fun. They're going to have a lot of great events, and I love the crowd. Like, the people are great, honestly. Everybody who seems to come, they're always in a great mood. It's just fantastic. Only market in May. Ooh, that's smart, Tori. I'm like not doing that. I'm trying to fill all of my weekends with events. So I decided this year, after having my surgery, that I am not returning back to my job, like my actual work. So instead of returning back to home health, which I've been doing for 13 years, I'm going to take my business full time. But in order to take it full time, like, I really have to put myself out there and do markets. And we don't have a lot of like large events here. So we, at least not a lot that do super well. But the more that I'm getting into making the toys as opposed to wearables and stuff, toys are definitely getting more sales, more purchases. But as we get into summer, I'll have more of my crop tops. I'll have more like summer hats, bucket hats. I do scrunchies and keychains, but like the wristlet keychains, my booth is very much kind of more boutique oriented. It looks like a little store with curtains and decorative, and I don't know. It just makes me think boutique-y, and I get a lot of people who say that too. So I try to stay on brand. Yeah, I'm very, very excited to try it. Thankfully, I can't say that the money that I made last year would be even close to what I make working part-time at my job. But, last year I was able to double my sales from the year before, and I would love to double it again. Because if I can double my sales again from last year to this year, then I will make the same amount as I do working 30 hours a week in home health. So I'm really excited to give it a try. And if I don't try, I won't know. Thankfully, my husband has a really great job, and he said that if I don't want to go back, then I don't have to. So we're going to try it. Lisa, I totally understand. I wish that it was possible for everybody. I really do. I know we don't all live in the areas that make it possible to do that either. But it's just one of those things of, like I said, I'm lucky enough that my husband said, go ahead and try. So we're going to try. That's right, Tori. A+++ for him. I appreciate so much of what he does. Like, he's a great dad. He's mostly understanding. But he knows the stress that comes with the job, and it's, gosh, to be a caregiver, like, if you've ever been a caregiver to, like, okay, as a parent, we're caregivers to our kids, right? But to then become a caregiver to another adult, it's like a different level. And it's almost like quadrupling the mental tax. Like being a caregiver to your kids it's hard. It's so hard. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. But I was caregiving to adults before I had kids. And there's a different aspect to it when it comes to adults. You know, at least your kids, there's that unconditional love. And not that much in caregiving. We're there for them through everything, and oftentimes we get crapped on by everybody around us, and that's just not fun. Yeah, Lisa, I get that. It is so dang expensive. Lisa, how old are you? Your grandparents seem like they're about, well, between the ages of like my parents and, no, between the ages of my grandparents and my great grandparents. 27. Okay, so are you like a middle child of some sort? Because I'm 30, so if you're a few years younger than me, that makes sense. my my husband is the baby of 6 boys, and he is 33. His oldest brother is older than my dad. So I get it. Middle of 3. I'm the oldest of 3. But I'm 33 and my little sister is 9. She'll be 10 this year. It's crazy. Let's see. Can I make the chat bigger? Does anybody know? I'd love to make it bigger. How? So my mom was 18 when she got pregnant with me. And then she was 21 when she had my brother. And then she thought she was done having kids. And she got pregnant when she was 40. Thankfully, it was to a man that she had been with for like 13 years. And they had been trying for a while. They tried from like 30 to 35, and it did not happen. They thought that she wasn't capable of getting pregnant again. And so they just quit trying to be safe about it, because what's the point? So, yeah, my little sister came into the world when my mom was 40. 21 years after I was born. It's insane. Hi, Brittany. If you're just popping in, I'm supposed to be pattern testing a turtle. But we're chatting. And multitasking is not my strong suit. Hi. You know, okay, Creative Michelle. I'm assuming that your name is Michelle. See? Okay, Lisa says it. My brain does not like to connect dots sometimes. So my assumption, I'm hoping, is right. You're right, Brittany. Testing and chatting is hard to do together. Thankfully, okay, I proofread the pattern already. It's just actually reading the chat and the pattern and then actually putting it to work. 25 this year. I mean, my sister can be an annoying little 10-year-old too. 9-year-old, I guess. Okay, Michelle, that makes sense. Like, the pictures are so tiny. I don't know, my brain just does not want to connect sometimes. It's great. Yeah. So my little sister's name is Savannah, and I don't know, one of these days I'll have to hop on a live like with her. She'll love that to pieces. But ooh boy, we needed her. You know, we needed her. She's the perfect combination of me and my brother. Oh, that makes sense, Brittany. I've seen the name pop up and I'm like, I know you, but what if my brain was just second guessing? It's like, what if Michelle does not mean Michelle? What if it means something totally different? It'd be a problem. Yeah. Oh, Lisa, you have a 6-year-old. I also have a 6-year-old. He's already 6, though. He'll be 7 this year. And a 3-year-old. He just turned 3, though. That's the difference. He is a 3-nager, true and true. And my 6-year-old, he's too smart for his own good. Oh, can I do this? Ooh, wait. Nope, that doesn't work. Hang on, I'm trying to see if I can make the chat big. Like, bigger letters. Because right now, it's very small. You'd think they'd make this easy. They don't. Okay, well. Maybe. Oh, that works. We're going to zoom the page in. Yay. Okay, I got it. It's big. Well, listen, you can keep the 2-month-old because I'm not having another one to catch up to you. But it sounds like our kids are pretty close to the same age apart. What are they? Boys, girls? Both boys, both girls? Yeah, Michelle, you totally come in clutch with all those free patterns. Can I also say that using the phrase coming in clutch makes me feel old because I don't even know if that's still a thing now. She's the best one. Girl, boy, girl. Oh, I'm jealous. I have 2 little boys. I want a little girl so bad. But I'm not risking it. Like I said, my husband is one of 6. Not gonna do it. Mm-mm. I did have a market yesterday, Brittany. It didn't do great. I drove 45 minutes there after waking up 2 hours late after my alarm. Yeah, that was great. Got there, set everything up. Thank goodness I was done 15 minutes after the start, but I missed the breakfast that I had paid for. The wind was horrible all day, so you couldn't walk outside without being blown away. And then there was no traffic. I can say I sold 8 things in those 5 hours. Yay! 8 things. I think I sold $103 worth of stuff. And I got a $3 tip, which was nice. But which I would be more upset about usually, but the vendor fee was like $7, which was weird, and $8 for the meal. And then square fees were only like $1 and some odd cents. So my profit was still like $90, which is better than no dollars, but could have been better. And then I drove 45 minutes back home and I fell asleep on the couch. And then, man, was I grumpy afterwards. It was like I might as well have just fell down a hill. I just was not in a mood. Your eldest acts like she's 20. So does mine. He's too smart for his own good. And what was it? When I was at my market, my husband took him to his friend's birthday party, and apparently as they're cutting the cake, he tells her, how about an 1.5 inches more cake? She's like, An inch and a half more, huh? Yep, an inch and a half more cake. She asked my husband later, she's like, he's one of those like really smart kids, isn't he? He's like, yeah, too smart for his own good. Too smart for our own good. He's going to be one of those kids that he's either going to find himself in a load of trouble in his life, or he could be a doctor. You know, he's incredibly smart. He just doesn't always make the best decisions. So that's great. And then the three-nager, he's going to run a prison gang someday. I can see it now. Your one and only is 28. Michelle, you're lucky. I think I'd be less stressed if I stopped after the first. Although I love my youngest desperately. You know, it's so sweet when he wants to snuggle up beside me and, Mom, I snuggle. Mom, you're my best friend. Oh, you're so sweet. And then he wants to turn around and like bite you. So that's fun. How true, Lisa. How true. It's very strange. My oldest, he is a spitting image same. So I had never connected those dots until my 6-year-old was born. Now the younger one, oh wait, and I ask all the time, like, where the heck are my genes in this? I did all the work. I puked for 8 months because of this kid. Where are my genes? And then he opens his mouth and he talks about things being, you know, texture sensitive, or how he doesn't want to take his shoes off now that he's inside because he doesn't want to waste his time doing something that he doesn't need to do. And he's not even meaning it in an attitude way. He's meaning it in just like, you know, this is something that consumes time and I could be using this time to be doing other things. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, that's the whole reason why I don't like to sleep, is I could be doing so many more productive things. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, you're right. That's where I contributed. Now, the 3-year-old, he is full of piss and vinegar. He's a whole handful and a half. And it's weird because I'm very much dark brown hair. I have highlights, but that's besides the point. Brown eyes. My husband, light brown hair, brownish, greenish eyes. The youngest is blonde hair, blue eyes. It's like, where the heck did you come from? Oh, yes, he is very matter of fact and logical. Archer is my oldest name. You tell him something and it sticks, and not rules he'll skip right over, but you tell him something like, you can't water the plants today because if you water them too much, they'll die. 2 days later, now it's time that the plants actually need watered, but he'll come right back at you. Mom, you can't water the plants today. They'll die, because it was already said. And it's like, his brain is really turning those wheels. Anyways, back to the 3-nager though. He, blonde hair, blue eyes, piss and vinegar. He apparently looks identical to my mother-in-law at the same age. We have a picture. They look like twins. It's crazy. But my husband says that he looks a lot like me as a baby. So I don't know. I'm not real sure. I don't know. Okay, let's try to at least finish a row here. How about that? I'm on row 3. Oh, I have to do, 4 rows of regular. Cool. What are you guys working on? Did I ask that already? I know one of you is market prepping. What are you market prepping? I know I bought some more patterns earlier, like I needed to. and downloaded some other patterns that were just lost in my email because I forgot to download them. And it's going to be very difficult for me to prep plant type things over the next 2 weeks. Lisa, it sounds like your family has a very good combination of genetics. And almost like as it's expected, if you guys are both kind of blonde, then it would make sense that your kids would be a variety of blondes. I think. More snakes. Did you say that you use a pattern, Tori, for the snakes? I need to make some snakes. I feel like they would do well at a garden mart. That's my next thing. It's in 2 weeks. It's called Franklin Garden Mart. It's usually exclusive to plant sellers only. So I'm going to crochet as many crocheted plants as I can, because even those of us who kill plants like the look of them. Hang on, I got to turn this thing around. Ow. Come on, handle. There we go. So yeah, I ended up reaching out to them like, hey, if I crochet plants, could I get into this? Because it's still plants, and as long as I do, I'm good. But I don't want to just have plants, because then I'll be stuck with whatever's left for the rest of the year. So I'm trying to make things that also work, like garden type things, like bees and bunnies. And snakes would work in a garden. Your youngest had strawberry blonde hair and blue eyes. Your son and youngest have, or their dad was blonde and blue eyes. Yeah, you have a full-on, like, just melting pot of genetics there. That's kind of awesome. My mom's whole family is dark hair, dark eyes, basically. We have a couple people with blue eyes, but it's not prominent. My dad's family, mostly dark hair, dark eyes. Although my dad's paternal genetics are kind of up in the air. And my husband's family, his mom's side, like a bunch of redheads and light eyes. And his dad's side of the family, I'm pretty sure that they're all like dark hair, dark eyes. But some of them have blue eyes. So we have good genetics for dark hair, blue eyes. But I was not expecting it. Oh, thank you, Tori. I need to make me some snakes. I really do. Okay, I lost my track. Where was I? All right. 4 rows and a decrease row. It's going to be a cute little turtle. Gosh, I've already been on for like 45 minutes. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining. I've been lacking on adding an actual YouTube video. Gosh, I'm postponing editing in the worst kind of way. So I really need to do that, because at this point, like, the storage on my phone is about dead. And I'm not going to be able to record anything else. But I need to post some videos. I was being really consistent, posting every Saturday. Oh, I just saw the notification pop up, Tori. Thank you. I will definitely check that out. Maybe when I'm done with this turtle, I'll make a snake instead. That'd be fun. All right, eyes 2, 4, 5, 6. 3 stitches apart. Yep, Tori, I got the notification pop up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So did anybody see that Tara started a Discord? She started a membership program on her channel too. It's very new, but it's going to be very exciting. I joined. I did. Oh, look at this cute little turtle head. Wrong way. There. Kind of. I'm not good at this. It's a very cute little turtle so far. Michelle, I did see you there. I know you're there. I know Ghost is there. Lisa, are you in there? There was somebody else. I was gonna say, I thought I remembered your name. Hey, what day of the month is it? Oh, it's the 21st. I got sidetracked too. We were talking about the April Crochet Challenge. I left off on I did make cats. I haven't made any food. I haven't made any coffee, tea, or hot cocoa. And today's supposed to be a rest day. So. Well, thanks for joining in, Tori. I really appreciate it. You have a great night. I hope that you sleep better than most of us. It is 10:20 for me. What time is it for you guys? Oh. Oh, this is disappointing. Oh, it's 10:20 for you guys too? We must all be in the same time zone. Well, that's cool. Howdy, neighbors. Yeah, I think Tori said she's in the same time zone as me too, actually. I messed up on this pattern, guys. Already. I need to learn to count, dang it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I already placed the eyes, so wheel. I don't even know. We're going to try and see if we can alter this, which is strange to do while you're testing it. But I can't just leave it lay, you know? Can't do that. You're in Michigan? I feel like I have family that lives in Michigan. Oh, if I want to do this, I need to figure out where the arms and feet are supposed to go. Okay, so they're like going in row 13. All right, I can make this work. What type of patterns are you guys working on? Like what's in your queue? Apparently now I have to do 2 turtles because I messed up. But then I have to work on like this big dragon for another pattern test. And then something else. A sunflower turtle. That sounds so cute. I'm waiting for somebody. I got chose for a pattern test for a sunflower bag. but she still hasn't sent the pattern. She said she was going to. I don't know. The next thing in the pattern for the Funky Frog is an egg. That's the 16th. There's all kinds of egg patterns. That's what you'll be making. Smart. Sorry, my eye is itchy. That's annoying. All right. Well, there goes my sewing needle. That's the pattern that I get to test. But hers is, I think it's with like burlap blanket yarn. So I'm sorry, got to get this needle. I'm not going to use burlap blanket. I'm going to use the velvet yarn to make it a lot smaller. Because at this point, unless I'm doing outside events, I just don't have room to have such big items. And then the sunflower, like the fanny packs, the shoulder bags, or whatever they are called. Then I really need to start working on like plant things. I have, oh, that needs to be over here. All right, you need to move possum pattern. There are these Penelope petal dolls that I need to work on. There's a succulent turtle that I want to make. There are bloomlings that are more floral patterns that I want to make. There's a 4-in-1 mini potted plant friend set. There's the fidget buggies bundle from All From Jade. And then I recently got the pattern for the Artemis turtle from Sweet Fluffy Stitches. And all of her designs are freaking adorable. Like, these are just all patterns that I have that I bought recently. Then I want to market prep the tiny turtle pattern because I use Tank the Turtle with my velvet. And I think that making the tiny turtle with the burnout blanket would be a faster alternative. So it would just have more of a profit margin, really, because they're the same size, so I'd sell them for the same price. Lisa, if you haven't, you should totally share your Funky Frog in the chat. I'll be able to check it later. I'm not going to do it here. Michelle, what's your list of things you want to make? I want to know. I also got the itty bitty mini pop bundle. So there's like a little jellyfish and okay, I'll check that later. There's a little mushroom and a little flower. Those are super cute. I want to make some of those. They look fast. I did get Plushy Co's 2-in-1 squid pattern and Madeline Mako's mini mermaid. I want to make some of those. And this little shark pattern, it's by Mercer Made. Is there even a picture? Okay, I guess there is. It was a cheap pattern at the time. Oh, okay, Lisa. Have a great night. Charge your phone. You never know when you need it. So, like, I want to make these pocket sharks. And then I got a goat pattern that I need to make. Somebody actually ordered one. You know. And I have a gecko pattern that's super cute. And I bought Fatima's dragon pattern. So if you don't have the elemental dragon pattern by Stitched by Smithy, you should go check it out. It has a ton of pages for all these different types of dragons. Hers is done with acrylic yarns. So if you were to make it in the plushy yarns, it would be huge. I'm going to use, I don't know if I'm going to use pixie dust like Premier Pixie Dust yarn because it's really thin. So it could be pretty comparable to her size. Or if I want to use the velvet yarn, which would make it a little bit bigger. I'm excited to try it though. And then something else that I want to start working on is I have not been good about posting my physical items to Etsy. And I'd like to start doing that because I have a lot and it'd be great to not these things that I make that are one-offs, they're probably things that are going to stick around for a while. And it'd be nice to move them faster if I can move them online too. All right, where was I? Okay. This cute, like minty colors, just my favorite. The petal dolls. Yeah, that's definitely on my to-do list for this market in 2 weeks. I got the Mama Makes book too. I haven't started any of them though. Pokemon, an army guy. That sounds fun. Hanging card plant. Should probably make some of those too. Oh yeah. Do you have to weave in the ends? Do you really want to? That doesn't sound fun. And if it's for your daughter, I mean, do you really have to? That's a fair question, isn't it? All right, I need to put some stuffing in this thing a little bit. So if you guys don't use the like kawaii eyes for your toys, oh gosh. Safety eyes are all well and good, right? And okay, you can get the plain black ones and do some embroidery details and make them so much cuter too. But if you want the easy route, these super adorable kawaii eyes, it's $7 or $8 for a pack of, I think, 100 eyes. And I typically will buy them either on Amazon or Walmart has them as well. Temu, whatever it is, they have them now too. And sometimes they're only like $3 or so. But I highly recommend them. I know that in my area, like, people recognize my stuff based on my eyes because nobody else is using them around here. At least not that I've seen. Oh, yeah, Michelle. I guess it's probably time, isn't it? That's a shame. It can totally wait, though, until, like, all your other things on your to-do list are done, right? All right. The arms and feet are supposed to be 6 stitches apart. Oh, 6 and 4. Okay. Because I messed up on this pattern, I'm like editing it a little bit. So that way it's not going to be the pattern test that I'm testing, but I want it to look similar. It starts with a certain number of stitches and I didn't do that. I did the normal number of stitches that I usually do. So now I have to fix it. Try to make it look right. So we are fudging it for the win. Okay. I had to do some mental math. Don't take her side. Wait. Who, me? I mean, I don't want you to weep in the ends. That doesn't sound fun. I thought I was taking your side. He said he didn't want to, but it has been done for a year. I'm with you. I would just tie it and leave it forever. Right? Yeah, that's what I would do. Like, to heck with those ends. It's your daughter's. Thank you guys for being in here tonight. I appreciate it. These lives are hard when nobody's in the chat. Okay, gotta adjust that. That didn't work out right. Don't you just hate frogging things? Thank you guys for all the likes. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Okay, that's better. I'm just doing up some little bobble arms because this is mine now because I messed it up. You ever have those moments where, like, you are not hungry, you just ate, no issues whatsoever, until you're in the middle of something, and then all of a sudden you're starving? Because it's kind of what I'm feeling like right now. No reason to be hungry at all. Totally ate dinner not very long ago. Right now I'm just... my stomach's eating itself, it feels like. That's great. Do any of you guys have a market this coming weekend? Because I missed 2 stitches. Oh, Rebecca, you do? What's the deets? Is there a theme? You haven't signed up for any more, Michelle? How many markets have you guys done? Like, not an exact number, but roughly. No theme. That's a good start though, Michelle. One for each month. And I know our markets are done in December, basically. They start to die off in November, but then they don't really start back up again until May. Year round. I'm jealous. There are some around here, like in January, February, March, but they're dead. Nobody goes. And if they do go, they're not spending any money. But I mean, it's Pennsylvania. It's snowing and icy and cold. Rebecca, what kind of things are you prepping for your next market? Michelle, is that when you started crocheting all together or just plushies? Just the blanket. A blanket's a good starting point, though. It really is. A bunch of blueberry stuff. Oh, Rebecca, have you seen the snail council patterns? She has veggies, fruits, and I think she's coming out with flowers next. I don't know. There's another pack that she's coming out with. She has blueberry snails. I'm pretty sure his name is Bluebert. Yeah, look at how cute it's turning out. Kind of looks like a naked turtle at the moment, but I guess that's kind of what it's supposed to look like. Oh, you started out with a C2C, corner to corner, for anybody who doesn't know that. That's rough. I think I had to try that a couple times before I actually understood it. So I tried it probably 2 or 3 times before I actually finished a blanket, and I changed the color every so many rows. And color changes in a corner to corner suck. Go big or go home. Yep. I feel that. When I was learning how to crochet, I was learning how to crochet by following a pattern in a vintage thread Barbie doll dress pattern. Had no idea what gauge was, that yarn weight mattered, hook size mattered, nothing. So that's how I learned how to make a hat. A BTS Army blanket. What does BTS stand for? My dad was in the Army, but I don't remember. Holy crap, Rebecca. That's a lot of inventory. Good for you, dude. Oh, okay. K-pop. I was confused. I keep hearing that, but I don't know. I don't know who they are or anything. Oh, okay. They're called an army. That makes sense. Also makes sense as to why I wouldn't understand. All right. One little derpy messed up turtle body with arms and legs. Let's go ahead and try to do a shell. Yeah, I've got to finish something on this live, because when I do my live icons, I put a picture of what I made on it so that you know if this is what you get to watch if you watch the replay. Oh, that sounds super cool. Gosh, you didn't even... Oh, well, duh, I didn't read that right. Corner to corner Grafgan. Okay. I was just thinking a regular, like, my brain was thinking Afghan. That's crazy. You really went big. Good for you, though. Oh, all the ends that you have to weave in for that. I am so sorry. Not it. The moment of realization. That's why it's sitting. I can't blame you at all. I'm with you. It would sit forever. It would not ever get woven. Just tie all the knots. It'll be fine. And then, I don't know, Gorilla Glue the knots. Anything to avoid having to sew them in. All right. Little random turtle. First part. Now I think I just need to do the shell. Which I'm really glad that I pulled out all of this yarn barf. Not. Listen, Gorilla Glue comes in for the win. That's what I'd be trying to do. What is this, a knot? Of course. What is happening? Okay, I got it. Man, my stomach's gonna go even as far as growling. Rude. I swear I ate. Maybe I can drown the hunger in my coffee, even though it's almost 11 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. I didn't even get to have a Red Bull earlier. I ran out. All right. I feel like I'm going to have to give my alterations that I've done for this little guy to the designer. One too many. Just because it's going to turn out looking so similar to hers. It's off by 2 stitches in a row. Well, that way if she has the opportunity, if she wants to release it, she can. Because that's not my intention. That is one thing. I do a lot of pattern testing, and I design things too, but I will not test somebody's pattern and then come out with something that looks like theirs intentionally. Like there might be a couple techniques more than anything that I might use, like an attachment for an arm, or maybe the wording of like an explanation, but I'm not going to sit here and try to copy someone's stuff. That's just not okay. Well, how about you guys? Any dabbling in pattern writing at all? Or even just freehand crochet? I have some YouTube tutorials like in my phone ready to, I need to edit and put out. I've got 3 or 4 of them. Just need to actually do it. You want to do a monster? Any like specific theme of monster? I've done a monster, but it was just a cute little, I don't even know. It makes me think of a horseshoe with arms. I realize now that there are other patterns out kind of like it, but they're not. If you look at the pictures closely enough, like you can tell they're not the same. Oh, that actually gives me a pretty decent idea. I only have like 300 subscribers, 350 subscribers here on YouTube. But maybe I could do something on TikTok because I've got 1,000 followers over there, and do something like a fan suggested pattern design. Make that like a regular series of some sort. Oh, I did see that. I feel like it's on in the ads on Disney Plus or something. You wrote a pattern for a mini octopus. Do you have it out? I'd love to see it. I like supporting people that I know if I can. Rebecca, are you in the Discord by chance? Do you know what I'm referring to by that? I've actually got an album on my phone for like inspiration to just different things to be inspired by, of patterns to hopefully put out at some point. And I mentioned earlier, I'm really big into Sims. And there are no patterns for Sims things. Like there's the weird little bunny and I think the octopus. But I mean, a lot of octopus are fairly similar. So I don't know how different I could get with that. But I'm trying to screenshot like things from a bunch of different Sims games to try to find a common thing, things that are recognizably Sims. I would love to do that. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. I bet I could get Sam to test that pattern for me if I put one out. She really likes The Sims. I don't have it out yet. Well, Rebecca, when you put your Octo pattern out, I'd love to see it. Not like for free. I'm not asking for that. Like I'd love the details. Octos are fun. My kid was obsessed with Octos not too long ago. Weirdly enough, we actually bought him a hoodie off of Temu. You're not in the Discord. Well, if you're interested in that kind of thing, like I don't have one, okay? But a lot of us here, and a lot of these people here in the comments, we're in this Discord chat together for Refined Vibes. And if you don't watch Refined Vibes on YouTube, she's awesome. And like she's just great. And we all get together in her lives and chat, and we're in the Discord and we hop on Zoom calls and stuff together. So it's like this, but a bit more interactive because, you know, I can see your face too. But there's generally like, 25 of us in there? So Discord is a type of social media, but more condensed, I guess. I don't know how to explain it very well. Usually, yeah. So if you hear about like other crocheters and they have Patreons, right? So Patreon is an app where other crocheters are building a community. It's typically something that you have to pay a monthly fee for. So it could be $1, it could be $12. And they usually have different tiers, different levels. So I know that I'm part of the tier, which is one of the higher ones, that gets you into the Discord with Refined Vibes and a couple other crocheters, YouTube crocheters in general. And we get to communicate with each other. We get to talk out, things with their patterns. We get to know those crocheters as an individual as well, which is lots of fun. Yeah, Michelle says it's a chat off of YouTube, Patreon, or other paid memberships on different platforms. I know I didn't hear of it until just this year. Like, I didn't hear of Discord until this year. But I've seen others, just lots of content creators talking about Patreon. And, like, I know that that's typically a paid membership when they're talking about it. And so, like, they'll have the members of their Patreon who are supporting them listed in, like, the credits at the end of their videos. Some people pay for it just to have their name mentioned in the credits because that's kind of cool. But like Crochet by Jenna's Patreon, you get to be a pattern tester for every pattern. Well, for up to 20 patterns that she puts out. And they have a weekly Zoom chat as well. And as a community, they do another one as well. Refined Vibes is it's a super cool crew of people. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, Michelle says it can also be used for free to have group chats. And that I realized I did. I met somebody on TikTok who invited me into theirs. And they don't have Patreon or paid for or anything like that. You've done 28 pattern tests for Jenna. Holy cow, dude. I wonder if it's a new thing. When I just signed up for Jenna's Patreon and it asked me if I wanted to do 1 to 4 pattern tests, 1 to 10 pattern tests, or 1 to 20. So like I don't exactly know if I'll get cut off at some point. Like I hope not. I hope that as long as honestly, I hope that as long as I'm paying for it, I should be allowed. I like pattern testing. I don't know if that sounds like entitled. I'm not trying to be, but I don't want to get cut off. I know the things that she puts out are so dang cute. Oh, and I realized I read your comment, Michelle, about playing The Sims. You've been playing since the start. Oh, Michelle, that makes sense. Yes, I am familiar with The Secret Project. I downloaded for that earlier today. But yeah, I mean, I'll play Sims anytime. We can hop on a Zoom. We can play Sims together. Okay, you are going to have to help me pronounce your name. I want to read it as Vinicius. Can you phonetically spell that for me? Yeah, so pattern testing is, so I write patterns and I have them tested. So I write the pattern, I select a very few, usually group of people. Vinicius, probably faster though. Okay. All right, cool. I mean, that's a very unique name. Cool, thank you. Yeah, so pattern testing, like I would I select you and Michelle and Lisa and Tori, who was in here earlier, and say, hey, I wrote this pattern. Can I send it? Like, I'm going to send it to you. I need you to proofread it. I need you to check that the math is right on it. Maybe I need you to weigh your yarn. Maybe I'll need you to weigh your yarn to figure out how many yards you need for the pattern. I need you to make sure that the sizing comes out correct. But more importantly, lately, it's about getting great pictures from other people making the pattern to help promote the pattern upon release. So I would write the pattern. I'd give it to you guys. You would work it up. You would help me proofread the pattern to make sure that it's written correctly. And then you would post pictures along the way of like, hey, this is what I'm working on, unless it's a secret. And then you don't. And then on the day of the release of the pattern, everybody posts pictures of it and says, hey, this is where I got it. Here's the link. Here's the designer. This is what the pattern's called. Go get this pattern. It's great. And it's a lot of fun. And Michelle says that a lot of people put out requests on Instagram, and that's so, so true. There can be some drama, some crochet drama behind the scenes, but it's not that bad, really. It's not that bad. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting notifications over here from TikTok. Yeah, I know. So I have over 60 patterns out on Ravelry, and I've done all of my pattern tests until this most recent one on Facebook. But yeah, you're probably right. So all of my pattern tests so far have been out on Facebook, except for the last one that I did, which I still need to actually edit and release the pattern. But it's a lot of fun. You build a little community amongst yourself as a designer as well. And now I'm realizing there's just a lot more potential for reach on Instagram and TikTok. So that's kind of, I'm moving in that direction a little bit. Gosh, my yarn is shedding really bad. It's all over the place. So, and Michelle's done at least 50 pattern tests since November, 2 to 3 due each week. That's awesome, Michelle. I know I've been doing pattern tests consistently this year. Realistically, just over the last couple months. But it's fun to do. It's giving me different things to make. That's the big thing, is I'm tired of marking prepping the same things all the time. I want different things on my table. I want to show people that I can make more detailed things, cooler things. And then hopefully drum up sales that way too. But my possibly ADHD brain does not want to make the same thing over and over and over again. And it's been great tricking myself to make them in different colors to feel like I'm not making the same thing over and over, but it's not always perfect. Oh, look. There. A little turtle shell. There's that. Just got to put a face on it, and I think we're good. And then we'll try again, because, yeah. Messed it up. Yeah, Rebecca, I highly recommend, finding some of your favorite crocheters and joining their Patreon. Like, if you watch a lot of crocheters on YouTube or elsewhere, usually they have a Patreon of some sort or some form of subscription service. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a community inside the community. So I definitely recommend it. And if you like Crochet by Jenna, why is this not? Hang on. I don't know what's happening. I would really like to scroll up. Maybe. Okay, it's not going to let me. I think I just missed some comments up there. Anyways, let's see. So I don't get a lot of pop culture commissions. I'm actually ready to turn off my commissions altogether because I'm really bad at completing them. My brain just wants to make what it wants to make, and it doesn't want to make things when people ask me to. So yeah, I get very uninspired. So I'm going to turn off my commissions. And absolutely, Michelle, I love that you learn new techniques. Like, that's the big thing. I know Tara and I were just talking last night on her live about, holding your yarn technique. And when I'm crocheting, like, I can't even really show it, but like, I pretty much hold my yarn like this. And I'll use these fingers to hold my project. But that way the yarn literally is just going through my fingers without any issue. So she was having some hand pain, and I had showed her how I hold mine, and she tried it, and it seemed to help. So I hope that it helps in the long run. But learning new techniques, it's great. And meeting new people, like, that's been the best thing about joining Lottie's live, or not her lives, her Patreon. Like, all these new awesome people. And same with Crochet by Jenna's, and then there's another one that I'm in, and it's just all a bunch of amazing people. No, this is not my pattern. It is a pattern test. It's not a secret, so I can share it. Now, I messed up on the pattern, so mine is made different than hers is. Other than the fact that I had to sew on the shell, I made it no-sew where hers is not. But hers started with more stitches, and I messed up. I definitely messed up, so I had to just kind of make it work. So now I'll work on the actual pattern test. But it's not a released pattern. It's gonna be a pattern released by Doux Coton. I can't pronounce that. I'm pretty sure it's like Doux or Dough. It's DOUXCOTON. You're in 4 Discords. Well, you're in Crochet by Jenna's too. So we're in 3 of them together. There's another one that I'm in that I do cotton. Maybe. It's not spelled like cotton though. But I don't know. I just know how it's spelled. She needs to have like a phonetic thing underneath it. But I know when she posts on her Instagram, she does have it in 2 different languages, and I think the second language is French. So I have a lot of creative control with most of what I make, but it's just a pattern test. That's the thing. You have to make it as the pattern designer wants you to make sure that the pattern reads right. So for me, when I start designing a pattern, generally it comes by some form of inspiration. Sometimes it's a picture of somebody else's pattern that it's like, oh, that looks really cool. I could make something like that, but maybe really small or really big or extra details. That it's a different pattern, but inspired by, in a sense. But sometimes it's also like, I like to make hats, especially. A lot of my product is like boutique-y style wearables. So crop tops are my jam. I get a lot of inspiration just by pictures of crop tops and stuff that I've seen on the internet. And I might try to find other crochet patterns to figure out a technique of how to do a certain shape or how to do something more invisible or things like that. But it's not copying the design at all. It's just using one specific thing that will help me get to where I need to be. But it usually starts with a picture of some kind. Nerdy Hooker. Is that a designer? I do have a Pinterest, but I end up lost in endlessness in Pinterest, so I don't typically use it. But I like to use it a lot for like picture inspiration. Google Images sometimes. Usually, I find myself scrolling through Instagram a lot. Or if I'm looking for inspiration for a crop top, I might go into Google search or Pinterest and like crop tops. That's my search, and I'll just scroll until I find something I like. Rebecca, I totally understand. I get it. It's after 11 for me, and I think you said we're in the same time zone. So have a good night's sleep. Check back later to see, how the pattern's supposed to be. When the pattern releases, I will put the link in the description, but until it releases, I don't have the link. Nerdy Hooker. Her patterns are awesome. Ooh, she's doing a strawberry shortcake pattern. Okay, let me find her. I don't know. I feel like I need my mother-in-law made haluski the other night. Like cabbage and noodles and onions and stuff. And I might need to eat some. Okay, I need to search this person. That's awesome. 3 free patterns a month. Okay, I still need to search this. That's so funny. We were talking in the Discord the other night with now, of course, that I'm looking at her Instagram handle, I don't remember her name. Crafty Kolb's Crochet, if anyone knows this. She's making a turtle for every new follower that she gets until she gets to 100. So if you want to help her endeavor there, crafty _ COLBS _ crochet. Go follow her on Instagram. She's making a turtle for all of them. She just posted another video of all the turtles that she had to do. So for day 3, she had to make 32 turtles. It's insane. She's kicking butt, that's for sure. And she's at 67 followers. I don't know. She's not sending the turtles to her followers. She's just making a turtle for each additional follower. I believe that she uses it for market prep. The diamond does seem very crochet friendly, you're right, but there are a lot of crochet patterns for the plumb bob. So I wouldn't want to do that just because there's so many out there. And harsh geometric shapes are totally possible, but you need structure is the thing because yarn is so bendy. It's very Mobius, so it can make any shape. It's just a matter of you might need structure to hold it in place. Like plastic canvas or something like that would do just fine. I know she's doing really, really great on her turtle challenge though. Oh yeah, I was on Instagram for a reason. I am looking for Nerdy Hooker. Is it that Nerdy Hooker? Or just regular Nerdy Hooker? Is it Nerdy _ Hooker or capital Nerdy Hooker? There's a lot. Yes, there are 3 different Nerdy Hookers on Instagram. Yes does not answer that question. What were we even looking for? That's okay. That's the Discord that you're in. I'm like, wait a minute. Hey, she made Jenna's macaron turtle. The one that I'm looking at currently. She seems to have a lot of patterns on here. It could be it. I'm looking at Danielle Smith. Okay. All right. I'm in the right place. Wow, she has a lot of tiers. Oh boy. I don't think I can do it. Now I'm paying for 3 Discords a month now. Let me see. Let me go and see her pattern store on Etsy. Oh wow, she's got lots of cool patterns. They're all like characters though, it looks like, for the most part. I don't do a whole lot of like character work. I can see there's definitely more than that, but oh my gosh, the Gen 1 bundle is so cute. Her stitch work is different. Like, her single crochet almost looked twisted in the moment. Oh, as gifts. Yeah, I don't crochet for other people. Not for free. That may seem like a huge jerk thing of me, but my family has exhausted that, we'll say. No, she has a lot of really cute patterns for sure. I'm really liking her trainable dragons. Oh man. I feel like I want to sneeze. Oh, and my phone wants to try to die. This is fun. I think we can unplug my not Apple Pen to charge my phone. Are there gross and off-putting patterns? Oh yeah, there's tons of gross and off-putting patterns. Like, I've seen people who make super gory, like bloody looking things. Not that those things would put me off, but there are crochet patterns for everything. As for, is there something that I wanted to do but couldn't with yarn? Not that I can think of. I mean, there probably has been at some point. Yeah, Michelle, right? The horror characters. Like, there's people who are making Chucky's and the Five Nights at Freddy's animals and just all kinds. And there are people too who will like paint on their crochet stuff and use makeup and incredible embroidery work to make them just very, very cool. Yeah, they'll paint on them. Michelle, I feel like it might be Alyssa, maybe, who is like gearing up to put out a Chucky pattern. Which is pretty neat. I actually need to look to see if she actually does more. I know she pattern tests a lot. All right, hang on. Had to make sure I was going up the same. Yeah, I'd totally check it out. She's Endless Yarn on Instagram. Double check though, because I might be wrong. Whoever it was definitely put it in the Discord though at some point. Hi, Karina. Thanks for popping in. We are talking about how you can make, horrifying things with crochet. We're talking to Vinicius. That sounds better, maybe? I'm trying to pronounce this name. How'd my market go? Not great. It's so not great. I made $90 in profit, so I mean, not awful, but would have loved it to have been better. Oh, look at the little cheeks. I'm not one to generally put mouths on things because that's when I ruin them. Putting ceramics on them. I have not seen those videos, but now I feel like I need to watch. All of your leggy froggies and what is that? Tato's turtles? Maybe. See, I sold like one of everything. I sold one of my little cats. Like, okay, so we decided on this cat pattern, right? I made more after my market. Isn't that so cute? But the one cat that I made with the even tinier loaf cat pattern, that's the one that sold. I sold one of my tiny chickens. Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't know that you could delete your own comment. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna have to remember that in future live chats. I sold 2 mushy boys. You know, I'm not much of an anime person, and I'm assuming that that's anime just because I don't know if I could pronounce it. Yeah, if you weren't in here when I was showing them before, I have 2 of these little black cats. A like grayish one. A like speckly creamish one. There's the other black one. And another gray one. Thank you. The cats are fun. In 1 stitch. Single crochet, double crochet, chain 1 through the front loops of the top stitch. It sounds like it could totally be like the comb of a chicken. Is that what you're making? What are you making, Michelle? Give me some context. And if you weren't here to see it earlier, I made this cute little possum too. Again, with the light, it's not great. The little cheeks. It's just a little snuggler. Right, Karina? This is a pattern test by Crochet by Jenna. It'll be coming out soon. And I need to send a picture to somebody. Somebody was just asking me if they wanted to buy a possum for their daughter and was interested in knowing what it looked like. So I need to send it to her. But it's probably in my $20 range because it's flat and rolls up into a ball. Maybe 25 actually. Didn't take too much. But that would be plus shipping. I know there's so many people who are working on it. It's so cute. Oh yeah, definitely make more of those little possums. All right. It's a petal for a sunflower. Really? Can I go, oh no, don't do that. I better quit clicking things. You gave me the option to put you in timeout, Michelle. That's not what I'm trying to do. Okay. In 1 stitch, single crochet, double crochet, chain 1, slip stitch through the front loops of the top stitch of the single crochet and double crochet we just made. Double crochet, single crochet in the next stitch. It sounds like the chain 1 slip stitch through is supposed to be a picot stitch, but is written wrong. Like top stitch is probably supposed to be top of the stitch. And I don't know why I would want you to work through both the single crochet and double crochet when you only need one. And I know picots are generally a chain 3 and then do that, but you could totally do it with just a chain 1 too. They're just trying to make that point in the petal. Karina, you sold one of your Spider-Man review charms. And a sunflower turtle. Oh, those are so cute. Those were adorable. 2 of my big purchases. I don't understand why people do that. I know. So my show yesterday, it was a Cub Scout show that we were raising money for their Cub Scout troop. And it was a pancake breakfast. So there were a lot of people who came to eat breakfast, but they were not there to shop. So they wouldn't even look. But the kids, when their parents came to help out, you know, they had their kids coming over, and some of the kids were trying to haggle my prices. And I was like, nope, sorry, I don't haggle prices here. Like, my prices are where they're supposed to be. And like, yeah, but I only have this much money. Like, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to ask your parents when they come, because my prices are going to stick right where they're at. That's true. There's actually a pattern for the Ratatouille rat. I've seen it. It's cute. But that's a cute possum. It even has blush. Oh yeah, you don't want to do a market on Jack's birthday. He probably wouldn't appreciate it. I'm tempted to sign up for a market on my birthday, but I don't think my husband would appreciate it. He likes to do things with me, and sometimes I'd rather be at a market. I love him, but markets are what make me happy. Armadillos freak you out? What? Oh, man. I love armadillos. Michelle, did they have a picture of the petals, like, up close that you can eyeball it? Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, I don't know what, like, in anybody's right mind, why somebody would try to haggle prices on art. It just doesn't seem right. Your elite employee. The best employees are the ones that don't get paid. That's exactly right. Yeah. Realistically, a lot of creatives are not that extrovert person either. So it's hard when you have people coming up to you and wanting to haggle, and it's like, no, I don't want to cause confrontation by saying no. I just want to give in because I feel uncomfortable. But that's not cool. It's not cool to be somebody to put somebody else in that position. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to say goodnight. Almost. Some lady wanted the dragon for $40, and I was, heck yeah, Karina, you stick with your guns. Oh no, most artists are not extroverts. I may appear to be an extrovert, but that's only because I grew to become more outward. I used to be that very sensitive kid that couldn't speak for themselves. You know, had no backbone whatsoever, let everyone walk all over me. I have a bit of a traumatic history, and that's fun. But I got to a point in some friendships where I had to stop letting them walk all over me, and there was nothing that was going to change that until I stepped up and started like defending myself. So now I've gotten to a point where like I have a backbone. I'm able to stand up on my own 2 feet, and I'm able to speak my mind. Doing these lives, ooh, these lives are hard. This one's probably been the best one though, because you guys have been here with me, and I really, really appreciate it. But on the inside, like, I'm dying. My anxiety is awful. At markets, I love markets because I get to talk about crochet. I get to talk about the one thing that I'm passionate about. I get to talk to, you know, my other crafter friends that I've met along the way. But at the minute that somebody even starts hinting at the fact of like, oh, your prices are too high, and now I've kind of gotten into this defense mode where it's like, well, you know, I've been doing this for 20 years now, and most people who've been doing work for 20 years are retired and receiving a pension at this point. So I'm really sorry. I'm not going to lower my prices to not be making at the very least minimum wage. So I've just gotten to this point where like I have to be able to speak up and defend myself. And even though it hurts on the inside, it hurts so bad. Like my face gets all hot and red, and I feel very flushed and uncomfortable. But you got to do what you got to do, right? Even if I might pass out afterwards. Michelle, I did see the notification come through. I'll totally check that out. And let me tell you, it totally is hard to change those instincts. I lost a lot of friends when I got those instincts. I can't say that they were good friends. They made me feel like an awful person. And I come to realize that I wasn't a bad person. They just wanted me to feel that way. So, and now I have kids, and I've got to be better. I've got to be better for my kids, and I got to stand up for myself. Please don't what? What's business? I don't know. Yeah, Karina, I'm working on a pattern test. So this looks very similar to the pattern that I'm testing, but I messed it up. I started with too few stitches up top, so it ended up making the whole thing smaller. So I adjusted. So I'm going to make another one that actually matches the pattern test. The pattern that I'm designing, or not designing, the pattern that I'm testing. Oh yeah, definitely. Don't devalue the art. For sure. It is worth more than people give it credit for. Anyways, the pattern that I'm testing is Hermes the Turtle by Doux Coton. It's DOUX COTON. Hers has little arms and legs that are sewn on. The shell gets sewn on, but the body is worked in one piece. And it's supposed to be bigger than this, but I messed it up. Trying to count on live is not fun. Right, Leo would love it. You could make it in Ninja Turtle colors. It'd be so cute. You could make him a little Leo turtle. You should. Whenever the pattern gets released, I will put the link. I'll definitely put the link below in this video, but I'll end up putting the link in the Discord too. Because, you know, people love cute things. I don't know if it's going to be a paid pattern or a free pattern on Instagram. She hasn't said. So let me see if she has her Instagram under here. Oh, she does. Look at that. Okay, so On Instagram, it is CheZDouxCoton. So that is her Instagram handle if you wanted to find her and follow her. She's doing a ton of pattern tests right now. So if you're interested in doing pattern tests, you know, I'm sharing posts every single day to my stories for pattern tests whenever I do come across them. So that way, if anybody else is interested in doing some, you can just check my stories and find them, because I'm applying to multiple like every day. Should I be? No, because now I have like 4 pattern tests that I have to do. Anyways, though, I need to hop off. My husband just got home. I think I need to make a pizza or something because I'm hungry. But here's my turtle. I will update when I have the real thing done. And yeah, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being in the chat. I really appreciate it. If you haven't, if you can like the video, that would be amazing. Michelle, are you saying that you have 15 pattern tests coming up, or that you have 15 posts in your Instagram stories for pattern tests? Thanks for being here, Benicius. I'm getting better, I think. You have 15 AI? Is that what that says? 15 pattern tests due? Holy crap, dude. Listen, can you start tagging me in your pattern tests? I can be your tag friend. Yay. I have like a whole, like sometimes I'm tagging Alyssa and Sam. Next time I'm tagging Ghost and there's 2 others that are local to me that I tag also. It's like, I don't know, homespun something. And then the other one, Starshine Stitches. Yeah, I would love that. I want to have 15 pattern tests due. That's awesome. My brain just wants to see what you're looking at. All right, guys. I could talk all night, but it's been 2 hours. Thank you so much, and I will chat with you guys in the Discord. Bye.